Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullits and Bourbon, episode 36 on this great Friday night. And we got a full house tonight. Jim, Craig, Ty, and of course Dan, who is Ray Charles apparently with his sunglasses on, nerd. We're going to jump into it because we got some fun stuff to discuss tonight and some good whiskey to drink at Dan's expense, right, Craig?
Yeah, and I like how you gave me the shortest pour.
Oh, we're gonna
everybody.
We're going to start off crying about
That's exactly how we're going to start.
Listen, how many times do we get into this? Oh, just pour me a little bit. I got pancreatic cancer nonsense, and now you complain.
You know, Dan. Sometimes you get what you deserve in life.
If it was a shitty bourbon, he'd full it to the brim. He made sure his was topped off, and he was like, "Here, we'll just give you a little bit."
Listen, you sat there talking about, "Oh, his is fuller than mine." You got to hold the glasses level, dude. Come on, man. Listen, I was looking out for you because I know that it's a pricey whiskey, and I appreciate you and your wallet.
Yes.
Yeah. So, cheers.
I hate you guys.
So, in any event, we're gonna start off. We had some pre-pours. Shocker, right? It's what we do. I think did everybody have a chance for the Overholt?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. We started off with that, or at least I started off with a healthy pour of that. Pretty good stuff. I'm just kind of casually sipping on some Jim Beam single barrel. Guys, don't sleep on Jim Beam. I know that it's people want to say, oh, it's just Jim Beam because it's so big, right? Beam is the world's largest
I've
distillery.
heard that before.
Have you ever heard it from a woman though? Dan?
I mean, if your mom comes.
Yeah, your mom does not count. No, sorry.
I pray my mom never watches this.
I love this. So in any event, I'm all up. Yeah. Jim Beam.
So back to Jim Beam, yes.
Yeah, back to Jim Beam. Jim Beam single barrel, an excellent pour, especially for the price. What I love about Jim Beam is that they don't, they're not going to get caught up in like this back and forth that goes on between different distilleries of like trying to be fancy. They do what they do. They know what they're doing. It's consistent. It's always good. And they've got a wide variety. How many brands total? Does anybody know off the top of their head? I mean, it's Knob Creek, Booker's, Old Tub, Overholt, Basil Hayden's. Mm-hmm. I'm doing that without looking up. I mean, I'm missing.
Jim Beam does Basil Hayden?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And people like to knock Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden's good whiskey.
It is.
It's a great intro whiskey for people. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got the smoke. They got the single malt.
They got the toasted.
They've got the one that I like now, the port.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the port.
That sounds good.
It's good. I mean, and it's affordable. It's easy to find. It's almost like
it's a good price point. Yeah, when you're starting off.
I feel like they get caught up with this. Like, if it's easy to find, it's not going to be great. And I think that's bullshit. I mean, we've proven that wrong a dozen times on this podcast alone, where what you think versus what you taste is completely different. Mm-hmm. So I came home. Speaking of Beam, I had a pretty cool experience I got to share with everybody that have it at Liberty Pole, and they were on my mind today. And thanks to Liberty Pole, they walked me into rye, and rye was on my mind, and I couldn't think of a better thing to do than Overholt. Which if you are a rye lover and a historian, Overholt was right on the river, Monongahela River, right? And it goes back to the PA roots of whiskey making. So. It was on my mind today, and I was like, I'd come home, have a pour, before the Neanderthals line up and get involved, and that just kind of led me to the Jim Beam, single barrel. Which this is my third bottle. Every time I go to Florida, I try to find a bottle of this. I don't know why we can't get this here in PA, but it goes quick, it's affordable, and it's super yummy. So, good stuff. Love the Jim Beam. Your thoughts? What were your favorite Jim Beam products that you guys have?
I love Knob Creek.
Yeah,
Knob Creek. The single barrels. Well, because they changed the age statement a few years ago. They came out with Knob Creek 12, but they used to do Knob Creek single barrels of bourbon that were 15 years old. for like $65.
What a steal.
Absolute bangers.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have a couple of those, and I kind of every once in a while I'll crack one open, but yeah, it's kind of you're not going to find those anymore. But the 12-year, that's a solid bottle for $65, $70.
Yeah,
and it's always on the shelf.
Well, and I didn't like Knob Creek when I first got into trying different whiskeys. I didn't like Maker's Mark. I think I told you that. I wasn't a big Maker's fan, and I wasn't crazy about Knob Creek. And I don't remember where it was, but I had the 9-year single barrel reserve.
The 120 proof?
120 proof. Oh. And I took a sip and I was like, wow. Like what, because your palate changes. It does. It changes. And I went on a Knob Creek I went knob hunting.
I bet you did. I mean, because you were in line at before the liquor store opened today, right? We're going to start with that. We're going there already.
So we're going to go down. We're going to go down that road. Okay. Well, this motherfucker.
Let me tell you about my first Knob Creek experience. So you
have a knob experience too?
He's the Army.
Yeah.
When I went to Fort Knox, Kentucky for
you got a knob in you, huh?
This was probably 15 years ago. I never drank bourbon, whiskey, anything in my life, though. Went down there, though, and I'm sitting at some bar. I think we're right outside of, like, Elizabethtown or something, Dry County at the time. Radcliffe County, Dry County, though. So we had to go outside the county, though. And I said, take one of Kentucky's finest. We're going to do a shot of it. I know nothing about bourbon, whiskey. Knob Creek. At that point in my life, I was like, oh, God, never again. So I didn't try so I get into bourbon. It took me about 2 years before I said, all right, I'll try some Knob Creek again. Because I always remember 15 years ago. Love Knob Creek, though. I mean, like Jim said, the 12-year, though, amazing. I had a buddy recently who's getting into whiskey, and he's getting big into old fashions. He likes some sweeter. He said, what should I get?
I bet he does. That's your type of friend. I like a little sweet.
I like that knob, sweet and tasty.
You know what? But I told him, Knob Creek Smoked Maple makes an amazing old fashioned now. Sure enough, he bought a bottle of it.
Oh, that's right. Because a couple of times you've come down here into our sessions and you pour yourself a bottle of Knob Creek Maple.
Well, something sweeter.
Or you grab a Truly. Yeah, you didn't want that to come out of the podcast.
Can we edit this part out?
Hey, live and authentic.
No, listen, we are authentically mad.
You know what's funny is that we're about to try Dan's bottle of Wild Turkey Master Keep. I want to let you know that I'm drinking your EHT single barrel too. So how fun is that now? Appreciate you, Dan.
Bourbon's meant to be drank.
Thank you for your service.
So I'm basically drinking your wallet right now.
So back to the Beam story. So I was at Liberty Pole the other day. I just figured, you know what? I was around there. I had to pick up a bottle from a dude. Stop in. I'll say hi to the Huffs and all the staff because they're awesome people.
Oh, gee, thanks.
yeah, I wasn't there for you. No. They were hosting a Beam. I don't know if you want to call it Jim Beam delegation, but they were there doing whatever that they do at that level, which is way above anything I understand or want to try to understand, especially after work when I just want to get home and have pork. But I was walking out, and one of the guys on the delegation or the team that was there.
You sound like you're making it sound like a damn peace treaty. The delegation at Liberty Pole.
I don't know what the correct terminology
the Revolutionary
is.
War.
I just have one question. Is there a Cliff Note version of this story?
I'm going to kick you both in the dick, and there's going to be a Cliff Note.
I hope there's a short version.
In any event, I got to meet these great people from Jim Beam and
from the UN.
Delegation. You guys are
delegation.
I'm going to drink. I didn't
bring in world peace one sip at a time. The Jim Beam delegation.
Oh my God! You know what? I can't deal with you idiots. Drink. Anyways, I got to meet the team that was down there. Beth Burrows, who's the senior ambassador for Jim Beam brand. They were all wonderful people, and I just want to give them a shout out because they were just welcoming and just really cool. It just speaks to the whiskey industry. Mm-hmm. Nobody that I've ever really interacted with in the whiskey industry, just despite who they work for, what brand allegiance with, I've never met anybody that hasn't been anything but just really cool. welcoming.
Oh, absolutely. And at all levels, too. I mean, from like bartenders all the way to master distillers and owners.
Yeah.
Jim wants his back patted on that one. Bartenders.
So
you've got to represent the bartenders. Don't forget about the little guy.
You do. So huge shout out to Beth Burrows and Kay Quigley, Edwin Cruz, Tim Husler, and Bradford Lawrence. You guys came up, and you guys are just really awesome people, and I cannot wait. On behalf of Bullits Bourbon, we look forward to doing something in the future together, even if that's just we all sit down at the bar and drink and just swap stories, because that's really what the essence of whiskey is about, right? Just fellowship and just sharing pours and just really enjoying our time together. But just wonderful people. It's no surprise when you have people like that at a distillery why they are successful. I'm a firm believer that the people are representative. They represent your brand, right? If you have bad people, you're probably not going to go anywhere. If you have great people, it's easy to see why success follows them.
Mm-hmm. And on this day, Jason LeFave became a brand ambassador.
You know what? You get no more fucking whiskey. And you get no ceviche and no tuna tartar.
The Delegation.
I swear
featuring.
You see, this is what I have to deal with. I'm trying to be a good
Mr. Chicken Cock over here.
Don't throw him off on the cock, because then he'll be down the road. I did pick up two chicken cocks for Daniel. So now, didn't Chicken Cock actually give you a shout out?
They did on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
It was when we were at Liberty Pole, and two people came up to me when we were at the Liberty Pole anniversary, and they're like, "Hey, you're the Chicken Cock guy."
Now, did they say Chicken Cock guy, or did they say you're the cock lover?
Chicken Cock guy.
Either way, you're gonna own that, right? No, but it was pretty cool because Chicken Cock, shout out to you guys. Putting Dan on there made his day. He walked around, feeling like, dude was so happy. So cheers to you guys. So before we try the Master's Keep, because I know that some people are salty at the end of the bar who think they didn't get the right pour. I've got a local from Florida when I was on vacation.
Jesus, it's going to be 50 minutes before we have this.
I'm gonna throw a bottle at your ass if you keep it up.
Yeah, sober up soon.
Well, that's the whole point. So this is Wild Buck whiskey, rye whiskey, Wild Buck, out of Florida. I don't even know where in Florida. You know what? Wickikichi? No. I'm wrong about that.
Hot Tui? Was that a little hot Tui, Florida?
No bullshit. Weeki-Wachee, Florida. Now listen, I grew up in Florida. We got some interesting places. I've never been to Weeki-Wachee, but
you've been to Hot Tui.
You're an idiot too. So I want you guys' on assessment, because my brother Jared and I, we tried this down in Florida. Now, granted, it was 180 degrees out with 150% humidity.
All right, just hurry up and pour the damn pour.
Lee, you are about as patient
who's
as
let the degenerate lead this?
He's just so long-winded today.
Yeah, you got the most right of that.
I swear.
And of course I get the most in this one.
They're tiny glasses. So I've already tried it. I'm not going to try it again because it's not fair.
Yeah. I'll wait till everybody else tries, because I have a feeling I know where this is going.
Right down your throat.
That's what she said.
Hot Tui.
It's pretty smooth. Not bad. It's good.
Smells like bourbon.
Jesus. Here we go with the expert analysis.
But it's a rye.
There we go.
Actually, not bad at all.
That's good.
I was expecting it to be a shit pour. The fact that he didn't have one.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, gotcha, fuckers.
That's smooth.
What's the proof? Like 110?
100.
100?
97.
I would have guessed a little hotter than one.
97.4.
Who said 100?
I read the bottle.
Oh.
I already knew. That's a fucking Rain Man over there.
Jim's on it. No, he's like, I read the bottle. He's like, so aged 3 years. It's 100 proof. It's a handcrafted, proudly made by hand. Now, I don't know how else you make it. I mean, you make it by feet, but handcrafted, marketing there. What, you like it?
I like it.
Ty, you like it?
I'd buy a bottle.
I think it's a good pour.
Dan?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think it's got a sweet little, it's a little...
I can taste the cherry. Anybody else taste cherry with that?
There's a sweet
I think it's
fruit note to it. I can't really pick out the specific fruit, but I'm not a fan of the finish.
There we go. That's the validation I'm waiting for.
I would say the finish, my tongue is a little tingly. Like, to me, it drinks a little hotter than 100 proof, though. But it's a sweet on the palate. It's good. Mm-hmm. The finish, so my tongue's a little. I can feel it a little bit on my tongue right now, though.
Yeah, says the guy that eats Snicker bars upside down just so he can feel the veiny part, right?
Truly drinker.
Yeah, there is some sweetness up front. There's a little bit of oak, but the finish to me,
dead, right?
It's kind of dead, but there's like this dusty vegetal
jockstrap.
I wouldn't go that far. It's just.
I just wanted to see who would agree with me.
Dusty finish, like a night with your mother, Jay.
Hey, Mom, Mrs. LeFave is a nice
woman. I'm sorry, Miss LeFave. I apologize.
We'll make it up later for you.
Yeah, it missed something. It was good on the nose. Mm-hmm. And it was good on the palate. Like, I enjoyed those two parts. But then on the finish, and we tried several cups. We did it neat. We did it over ice. I thought maybe the ice would bring out something on the finish. But it just missed something on the finish. It just wasn't long. It didn't last.
Well, yeah, because you like it long.
I do.
It's not a super long finish. I don't get a whole lot of heat on the finish, but... There's definitely like a vegetal funk, a dustiness.
Yeah, see, I don't get that.
You don't get that on the aftertaste?
No.
Like, no?
Well...
Yeah, it's kind of lingering for me.
I thought it was like a nice finish. It was like...
I didn't get that at all.
And this is why I like doing this, because what Jared and I picked up...
My palate's very dry after it, though.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot would contribute to it, but... Particularly when we did this down in Florida, I was like, I really want Jim to taste this because your palate is more refined than mine, and I wasn't quite sure. Jared picked it up right away. He was the first one to say, it's just kind of died. Like he couldn't assign anything to it. Mm-hmm. But it goes back to what I said on the last episode when I talked about the St. Pete bourbon. The whiskey from St. Pete. It's almost like when you do something down in Florida where you have that level of humidity, that you've got to do it longer than you would do it if you were doing it in Kentucky or PA or somewhere else where you have these temperature fluctuations that cause those barrels to, mm-hmm. go in and out. And it's almost like they got it all the way, and then that last in, it was like a nosedive. It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could drink it and be completely happy, but if I pair it next to the Old St. Pete, the Old St. Pete had the finish to it. Now, the Old St. Pete was 4 years and some odd. This is 3 years. So I'm just wondering.
Is that a bourbon as well?
It's a whiskey. It's just a straight whiskey. It's a whiskey. So I know this is a rye and that's whiskey. Yeah. But I would expect on a rye to get more spice notes, which would then lead to more of a finish to some degree. So
more of a lingering finish. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it comes down to how the aging process works in the barrel. And when you're in Florida, listen, the minute we cross the state line of Florida, I just sweat. That's all I fucking do.
Hey, you sweat coming up and down the steps. What the fuck are you talking about? Florida made that much of a fucking difference?
You sweat like the Olympic chick. Yeah.
What?
Well, you hurt my feelings like that.
He's tapping out.
I feel. Hey, listen, man. Fat shaming isn't acceptable nowadays.
Yes, look. Yes, it is. Being fat is unhealthy. You should shame every fat person.
Well, listen, I
because
agree.
I'm concerned about their health.
Are you concerned about your health?
No. I should have probably died like 5-10 years ago.
So you got the exempt card.
You know, you're like me. You could miss a meal or 10, Dan.
No, yeah, I could miss a couple meals. I could use a personal trainer. Shit.
You need an act of God, brother.
Hey, listen,
for that body.
The only people to get the crack on fat people are fat people. Everybody else, it's mean.
No.
Yes.
I'm hoping I motivate you to get in the fucking gym.
I hope I motivate you.
No.
To go see an optometrist with your fucking glasses wearing ass.
He hopes he motivates you to get into gym. Wow.
How did the rails come off of this so bad? Back to the whiskey.
It's not that kind of podcast.
Degenerates.
I mean, we all are.
So overall, 1 out of 10. Dan, what's your rating on the Wild Book?
I mean, there's nothing impressive about it. It was good. 6.6.
Okay. Ty?
Well, I said like 6.5.
Craig, you're up. I know that you're in the Army, so we have to tell you that you're next in line.
Count off 1, 2, 3.
Six. Recount.
I'll give it a 7.
You give it a 7?
Yeah. I give it a 6. I give it a 6, yeah.
Okay, so I got to go at 4. It just didn't.
Oh, my goodness. No, you can't go that low.
Let's all get mad at me.
There's way worse.
There's way worse. Come on.
I've had worse stuff.
This keeps with the theme of today, right?
What, you being an asshole?
You getting shit on?
Me getting shit on. So,
being a jag-off
all right, so back to that whole me getting shit on thing. I innocently, this was pure innocence.
Was it?
I can't even with a straight face.
Now, you kind of had an aggressive moment, which is okay.
Will you shut the fuck up and let me fucking say what I'm going to say?
Yeah, if you tell it how it really is, though, we would let you do it, though. But you're telling your story.
Well, it's my story.
Let him tell it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right. Tell us about those fingerprints all over you. Been touched by so many people.
I need new friends. So I go to drop Jennifer off for a nail appointment because that's what women do. I don't understand it, but I agree with it. You know,
how come you had an appointment too?
Huh?
How come didn't you have an appointment too?
Well, I already clipped my toenails. And now listen, this is when I know she doesn't like to drive my truck. So she's like, why don't you drop me off at my appointment and you can go to the Fine Wine, Good Spirits? I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, you are openly inviting disaster to happen. True?
Sure.
Right? That's a hall pass.
See, he's trying to make a justification for being there so freaking early. He's like, it's her nail appointment. It's her nail appointment. And that's why it's outside the doors waiting.
I was not there early, okay? So I drop her off at 9 when it opened, when her appointment is. And Fine Wine and Good Spirits opens at what time, Jim?
9.
9. And I'm like, so I mosey on to the I'm moseyed.
But if you saw people standing in line,
just
that means they weren't
shut up for a second. Let me tell my story.
9:05.
9:02.
9:02. And I'm mad I wasn't there 10 minutes prior.
He was hustling.
I didn't know what day it was. I thought today was like another day. That's a lie. I can't even say it with a straight face.
You know.
I knew it was Friday because I was looking forward to tonight. So I pull up and there's a line of people. There's a long line of people, probably about 30. It's worse. Sometimes at some of the communist PA state stores, the line gets pretty long, right? And listen, I've been a part of this line. So I want to be very clear that I will call out my own hypocrisy and I will be very self-critical before you animals jump on me. Okay? So I get out of my truck and I walk up to the door and everybody's going inside and I get behind the guy and I'm like, what's going on today? I didn't know. I don't follow this shit. Don't you fucking stick around there. I didn't know.
I'm brand new to the bourbon world. What's this line about?
All lies.
I didn't
Is
know.
there a giveaway?
I didn't know what they what they had received. I knew they had received something because people don't line up. And they're like, oh man, they got in Buffalo Trace, they got in Eagle Rare, they got in Blands. And I was like, oh, woo, okay, cool. So I walk in and they all go get in line because they keep the shit at the register, right? Because this is high profile. And I go back and I grabbed a bottle of
Blanton's and Eagle Rare. Just like everybody else.
No, I went specifically because I knew they had the Ezra Brooks Foolproof Store Pick. It's a single barrel, and it's good. I mean, I wanted something that I didn't have in the collection. That's all I want. And I wanted some Ardbeg because they had the Spectacular in, and I had never had it. And
How far are we from the end of the story, Dan?
I don't know. I told you it's going to be about 40, 50 minutes before we can sip this.
I'm just curious. Is there a fast forward button on this story?
I'm going to fucking put a fast forward foot in your ass. If you don't
Let me tell my story. Okay, so there I was.
All right, so I'll fast forward. Y'all are dickheads. How about that? No, so I go in and I leave the line, and some dude's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm going to grab some whiskey." He's like, "Oh, if you want Buffalo Trace Black," I was like, "I don't want that fucking mid-shelf bourbon." I said it. I didn't think. Okay, I
vomited. It just came out.
I did that. Okay, and they all turned around. All 20-some-odd people turned around and looked at me like I was Satan.
Dude, it was like a pack of Velociraptors.
Oh, yeah, like when he's got the little tree, and I'm like, oh shit. And then I just decided to just pull it all out, just all 25 pounds, just put it on the table like that. You don't know what that's like.
Left side roll or right side roll?
So I said what I said.
He undid his bra.
I did. I just simply said, listen, guys, y'all are chasing mid-shelf. You have been standing out in the rain for about an hour, waiting for what is normally a $29 to $35 bottle, a $35 to $40 bottle, I'm getting sick of your ass, and a $60 bottle to drop. It drops every single week pretty much around PA, right? I mean, you know.
Every 6 weeks.
Yeah, 4 or 5
It's
6
not,
weeks, something like that, yeah.
And then some guys are like, well, what do you know about bourbon? At that point, I realized that I'm in an unwinnable situation, right? Like, this is not going to go well for me. I'm like, I don't know anything. And some guy's like, oh, but hold up. I'm like, oh, Jesus, don't say a word. Don't say a word. So I go back, I get my bottle, I get in line. By now, they're almost out. Because they're given, like, I guess I'll let them get like 2 or 3 per person.
Two. Was it 2? 2 of each.
2 of each. Yes. So it gets down to the end of the line, and this dude throws a fit. Like, he wants to fight the store clerks because they're out. They're out. And I'm like, and you know me, I'm an asshole. I mean, at my very core character, I'm an asshole. I can't help it. I was born that way. I mean, God made me the person that says something when you're not supposed to say something. So I said something. I was like, hey, bro, man, if you want a bottle of Eagle Rare, I'll give you a bottle, not to be a bitch about it. I didn't mean it to come out like that.
How else did you think it was going to come out and say not to be a bitch about it, though?
Well,
that's like saying, you're fat. I didn't mean you're fat. How else would you take it, though? How else?
In my head,
I didn't mean you to take being a whiny little bitch the wrong way. But,
look, you weren't supposed to take it like being a whiny little bitch.
In my defense, at this moment, I got to take a leak.
Did you say it?
I'm impatient. So anyway, he gets upset about it, you know, but he was about to fight the guy behind the counter. I'm like, come on, man, this is. What does Eagle Rare really run? What's the retail cost?
$30.
$30. It's not. It is not the end all be all. It's good whiskey. If you can find it sitting on the shelf at retail, buy it all day long. It's great.
I think this whiskey aged another year during this story.
we went from 10 year to 11 year.
The end.
I think half of this evaporated.
So. Anyways, I'll fast forward for Dan because Ray Charles down there is getting fucking sleepy. Look at him. I'm grumpy, Dan. I got in my truck and I made a post on Facebook on my personal page, not on the Bullits and Bourbon page, because I'm learning to be
a little more candor.
Well,
little PC.
Yeah, I mean we're working on me. I mean, self-admittedly, I've got a lot of flaws. So I just put on there.
We can go upstairs and drink and wait till he's done. Come back down. I know. He just text us when he's done.
I just put a very simple post. What was the post? It wasn't bad.
When are people going to quit learning to wait for mid-shelf?
I'll pray for you.
And there's a lot of other
you ended it with that problem.
He went full Karen.
I did.
Full Karen.
Let's see if we can find it here, Jay, and I'll you keep talking. Let me read the post here.
So I will say I did see it, but I didn't have a minute to comment. But I had a comment in my head. and I didn't realize how many people would comment and give you shit for it. My comment was going to be, "You're just mad you're not first in line, bro." Right?
So what Jay posted is, when will people quit lining up outside liquor stores, not distilleries, waiting on overhyped mid-shelf whiskey? Got to be honest, it's embarrassing to watch. If Blanton's EHT Eagle Rare is your definition of top notch, I'll pray for you.
What? Listen, I'll pray for you.
Comments later.
I'm just saying I'm gonna pray for you. Is it wrong to say I'm gonna pray for you? Nope. Come on. Okay, yeah, that was bullshit. So
it's like saying bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Now the first couple of comments were just kind of like, whatever. And then I had this guy troll me, and Jennifer took the phone out of my hand. Because I was about to freaking kung fu his ass. About to bring it. And she's like, shut up, dude. You're an idiot. Number one, you're an idiot. That's the first thing she told me. I was like, God damn it, I'm an idiot. So, but then some other people who I have a lot of respect for.
Cheers.
What the? Cheers. No! No. All right, let's try Master's Keep Life. All right. Just go ahead and nose it, and I'll continue on. So, I posted, and then a couple people I have a lot of respect for in the whiskey world made comments, and I reread the comment, and I am going to accept full responsibility that my word choices were not probably clear.
So you sound like a politician with your apologies. I'm sorry. I'm going to be politically correct.
No, I'm not being. Hey, hold on. Now, don't you do that because I will stand by.
I was an idiot. My bad. I'll try to be more careful.
I didn't mean to offend anybody.
You really do sound like a little bitch right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did this fucking turn on me like this? I'm trying.
Just be true to yourself.
You should have been true. Listen, you should have just kept it true. Be like, look,
Judas, you were the first person to
you're underdeveloped palates who don't know shit about bourbon.
So, Jay.
To Jay.
Let's get to the Wild Turkey Masters.
I hate all you. I'm done.
This is all it took.
In any event, this is my apology for anybody that I might have offended.
Oh, my goodness.
But here's the deal. All I meant was there's better whiskey out there. Have an open mind and try some new stuff because there is better stuff out there. That's what I was really trying to make. And I did it in an asshole way because I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
You know, I will say that.
And then the delegation realized Ambassador LeFave.
It was funny.
Written apology to the public.
See what I told you? Flavor Fave.
So you posted that, and the funny part was I went out there and stood for 2 hours. I had to bring somebody something.
Well, no, I called you, and you didn't want to talk because you were on speakerphone at the store.
I'll tell a story. So
in line.
No. That's, I'll tell a story. Mine's a 60-second story. So
nothing you've done in 60 seconds in your life except for, well, we know.
Your mom.
All right, well, you got 60 seconds. Go.
So
one.
I had to bring somebody a bottle. Very cool Second Amendment bottle.
5.
So I went there and met them though. But you
9.
know, the whiskey world is great. A lot of times now.
12.
I only go to Fine Wine Good Spirits now because I like to hang out. It's like the Breakfast Club.
28.
It's cool to hang out, sit there and BS with a bunch of these guys.
It's like the Breakfast Club. What is it? Breakfast at Tiffany's?
It's like the old guys at McDonald's drinking coffee.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's just middle-aged guys at the liquor store.
We stood there.
We don't have a problem, I swear.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
You know, it's a great time to hang out, BS though. So I end up inside Fine Wine Good Spirits. Truck didn't show up though, so Jason calls me and I'm sitting there with one of the workers though, and I hit speakerphone like, "Hey, what's up?" And he starts mother effing Fine Wine. I'm like, "Hey, dude, let me call you back right now. I'm staying at Fine Wine Good Spirits because I'm sitting here thinking he's about to cuss out the Fine Wine Good Spirits worker. I wasn't going to. I didn't know where it was going, but I was very quick. Like, "Yep, gotta go, Jay. Sorry, I'll call you right back."
Yeah,
but I'm
dude, cut me off, man. It's just rude. What if I was like, I got pancreatic cancer right that moment?
I'll call you back. He's like, I'll call you back.
That's not a phone call. It's not my problem.
Not our problem.
Is that whiskey related? Click.
I mean, that would definitely explain the 2 gerbils upstairs.
I did want to get to that. I did want to bring up the fact of
the 2 gerbils.
Milo showed me the 2 gerbils upstairs, and I was just curious.
You got excited?
Is it a family?
You had a Richard Gere moment.
I was curious if they're for you or for the family.
Okay, all right.
Pawn them off on the kids.
Just wash when done.
You do realize that I will shoot people, right?
So back to the Wild Turkey Masters. Keep us.
No. Finish your fucking story there, Marathon Bob.
Get to it. Went to Fine Wine Good Spirits. It's a good time to go hang out with a bunch of the people there sometimes. It's just good just to BS.
Did you crochet?
No. But it's just good to go.
Crochet?
So back to the Wild Turkey
Masters. Back to the list that, hey, you can't have your friends on speakerphone.
Oh, dude. I knew something was up. I knew something was up. I thought you were taking a dump, to be honest with you.
I would have kept you on speaker.
I didn't know it. Before you offended the Fine Wine Good Spirits guys.
No, they would have FaceTimed you.
Look the size of this one.
All right, so on to Dan's contribution of the week, which is Wild Turkey Masters Keep Triumph. 10-year.
Yep.
Right?
Last time we did the voyage.
And it ranked where?
You said that was your for you. That was your
my bad.
2024, possibly your top pick of 2024.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with that for right now.
Now it's 2024.
The voyage is my top pick for 24.
So you guys have already tasted it because you can't have any patience.
You tried the patience, but
what do you think, Daniel? Ray Charles.
It's good, but I don't think it's as good as the voyage.
What notes?
Bourbon.
Oh, Jesus. I can't with this anymore.
I don't know.
This rye tastes like bourbon.
We Wait, is it a rye? Oh, it is a rye.
Hence the green box.
Why is green used as the rye color? Jim, do you know?
I do remember reading that a while ago. I don't.
I didn't know that. Green is the...
I
it
think
seems like it. So,
I can't remember who started that trend. And it was
that bottle fell out?
It was a marketing thing, I think. And it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And everyone just kind of followed it.
I get it. You know?
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember the original reasoning behind that.
Yeah. So, okay, let's do this. Jim, your thoughts.
My thoughts?
Your thoughts. We'll go with your thoughts and we'll work our way back down. Dead air.
I think it's a delicious rye. It's not quite...
It's smooth.
As herbal and spicy as I'd like it, but, Kentucky rye, there's probably a good bit of corn in there. I don't know what their mash bill is on the ryes, but no, it's nice. There's some sweetness. There's oak. There's a grassiness to the finish.
Yeah. Ty?
Yeah, it's nice.
And he picked up the grassiness
I'm not impressed.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it's my rookie palate, but
well, that doesn't matter. So, pair it next to Liberty Pole Rye. What would you take?
Liberty Pole.
Yeah.
Jim is definitely like my good true north because my palate sucks. I can pick up on proofs, but I was thinking maybe kind of oaky, but my palate's not good at that. When you said oaky, I was kind of like, oh, I actually picked up on that, but I wasn't sure if that's what I was picking up on. I think it's a good pour. I don't think it's as good as the Voyage personally, but I really do think it's a good pour though. But for the price point, what do you think, Jim?
No.
What do these go for?
Craig, that's your department.
I
know what.
I'm not sure retail, but secondary.
$320, I think I paid.
You paid $320.
Secondary right now is guys like $320, $330,
You paid $320?
Damn.
But retail, I'm not sure.
No, I drink Liberty Pole
for $320
Halo all day.
For that stomach right now.
I think I'd rather drink that Wild Buck.
I would shower with
Wild Buck.
Yeah.
It's smooth, but it's not. Oh wow! It's not like the Voyage.
It
like
wasn't
the
the Voyage moment. Yeah,
where the Voyage was like, holy shit! This is absolutely amazing. This is. It's smooth. It's good.
It's a good bar. If I was at a bar and it was a $15 pour, I might be like, tonight.
I'll take a $15.
But if it's a
$15, $20,
$30 pour, I'm not doing it for $30.
What would this be in a bar though? You guys know more about that.
The markup would be stupid. You're paying $50, $60.
I was gonna say at least $50.
No, I couldn't do it for that.
I don't know because you don't typically see wild turkey mashers keep in a bar. It's a rare. Not too many people look for that for you. Generally, when you go to a bar, you're going to see your Wellers, your Pappy.
If you go to a high-end restaurant,
even a whiskey bar that would have it,
even a whiskey bar, it's going to have to be. Not a lot of whiskey bars still even have a wild turkey master's keep though.
So, what I got on the nose was there was a peppery fruit to it. That's what I had on the nose. I picked the grass up on the palate. But I got to be honest. I'm going to agree with you. It was unimpressive for what I was expecting after having the Voyage. The Voyage, you remember, we tried the 12, the Wild Turkey 12. And,
yes.
And I will maintain that if we had never had the Voyage and we had the 12 first, I'd be like, the 12 was great. And then I would have had the Voyage and I'm like, oh, the Voyage! I think. Okay. But because I had the Voyage first and we had the 12, I was like, the 12 was like, okay,
it's kind of like
subpar.
To me, it's like watching movies. You ever see when a first movie comes out, and you're like, oh my god, it was an amazing movie.
No.
When the next one comes
sequel,
out, you have these expectations here.
Yeah.
When you had zero expectations.
That's 100%. My expectations were up here.
We're up here. Yeah.
So that's why I just got to drop the cock.
Oh, jeez. Just one episode without chicken cock.
I'm still not sponsored, and this episode is still not sponsored by chicken cock.
Whose bottle is that?
Why not?
That's my bottle.
Because
you were so quick to judge after pouring those heavy pours.
Well, you're just
of the
always
turkey.
trying to put your hands on other people's cocks. I mean, chicken cocks.
What do you got?
So overall, I would say this is a pass.
It's a pass
for the price.
Yeah, for the price point, I'd definitely pass on it.
Nothing against Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey makes some of my favorite whiskeys.
Wild Turkey's amazing.
Yeah. It's a good pour. It's a very good pour, but it's not
stellar.
No.
Not a Voyage. So I think
that's the fun thing about the Master Keeps. It's kind of like
year to year.
Like it's something different every year.
It's like Blood Oath. You never know what you're going to get.
Like your little book, different blends, different finishes.
But the one thing you do know that you're going to get, you want some cock?
Pass the cock.
Can I say no to cock down here?
Just say no to the chicken cock.
Can't say no to it.
Just pass that would be the first time, Jim.
Well, I mean, do you like your cock over rocks, or do you like your cock straight?
Oh, I like it neat and straight.
I like them neat.
So once again, this is why Dan was featured, because he can't talk enough about.
Look, they make a good product.
That's good.
I have not had anything by chicken cock that left me disappointed.
You've never had a cock you don't like. Let's just say it like that. I mean, it is what it is. Listen,
that's what the Air Force does.
We want. Crayon boy. Let's have a spelling
we got
test.
a military.
Jim's like, So, this motherfucker out of nowhere. Okay.
You notice he doesn't talk shit to the Army.
Well, it's because you can't. You're too.
You wouldn't be able to understand it.
Your knuckles are dragging on the ground.
It's like hanging out with Rain Man and radio.
Do you really want to be on the spelling contest? Let's go first. We'll give you an easy word between you two Neanderthals.
You asked me how to spell vinyl earlier. You tried to spell it Vinel.
I said Vinal. How's it spelled?
Vinyl, you idiot.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like a simple.
God damn it!
Hey, it's like a simple math when he's like, "Hey, we could get 1,000 hats for $500."
I know. I couldn't believe you said that. Hey, I know. I was like, dude, Craig, you gotta do better math than that.
So, this is what the chicken cock. What?
This is the chicken cock
private
cast. So somebody went and personally shoves a cock.
Of course. Privately. And private.
Yeah, this was a store pick that was in Florida.
122 proof, I'm guessing.
Hold on, don't tell me yet, Jay.
Got switched around. Look at the legs.
Look at the legs.
I don't think it's 120 proof.
I'll say 110.
I know what it is already, so I'm not going to be in on this.
It's smooth for if it's high.
What did you say, Dan?
122.
I looked at the label.
105, 100?
I'm going to say 110.
I'm going to say 118.
122.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I did not look at the label.
Wow.
Swear on my life. Because I know the majority of chicken cock is around 120 proof.
I don't even know
his cock.
I can't tell if you're looking at me.
He likes that strong cock.
Is it bright in here?
What would you that light right there is bright as shit.
Like, lights on me.
What would you have guessed for the proof?
I guess 118.
Oh, wow. That to me is very smooth for that hot.
Well, because you're so used to cock.
No, because I drink it so much, I know the majority of their line ranges about 120, 124 proof.
But most of their bottles, their higher bottles, but their lower bottles.
No, even their lower bottles. Go pull that.
This is probably one of the lowest drinking 122 proofs I've ever drank. Heat wise, does not drink like 120 proof.
There's a little bit on the finish. There's a little bit of heat, a little bit of hug.
Because I think
it's good.
Because I think
but it's not like a.
I mean, my tongue might be a little numb right now.
So it's not as good as the filled ethos, which I think the filled ethos is like a 123 proof.
No, but I tell you what, for a private pick, and this was done by Dorn's Liquors in Florida, you never really know what you're going to get with a private pick, private cask. True. So we kind of rediscovered Dorn's Liquors, and I'll give you a shout out, Dorn's, because you guys actually listen to the podcast, and that's pretty damn cool. This was cool because I walked in and they had it there, and the kids by the counter, they're all college kids. They're not real bourbon drinkers. But there was a guy in the back who probably was in charge, and he was like, "Hey, that's a good bottle." He's like, "I don't know anything about chicken cock," but he's like, "That's a good bottle." He's like, "I broke one." Oh, I got you. You know, I know what that means. I got you, man.
He broke a cock.
Yeah,
why you throw that man under the bus?
Yeah.
This boss watching. Oh! How many bottles did you break this month? Really?
How many bottles did you break when you were down there?
I broke a bottle up here.
Oh, that was up here.
That was a pure. That was
bottles of cock he broke down.
That was a foolish mistake. You know, I apologize to the whiskey god on that one. But yeah, I mean, good bottle. I gotta be. I don't want to perpetuate the cockness for Dan, chicken cockness for Dan, but Chicken Cock does make good whiskey. They make good whiskey, and it's enjoyable, and their price point's not out of control. Now, we still need the garden gun. We still need the. Or I have to.
No, you got the garden gun.
Chicken Cock does make a lot of.
We need the red stave.
They do make a lot of miles that are 300-400.
Was this a fresh cack?
Yeah, fresh crack.
Okay. What do you get?
What's a fresh cack?
Fresh cack.
It's not a fresh cock. It's a fresh crack of a fresh cock. I know a fresh cock, but I taste a fresh cock.
Tasting notes.
Yeah.
Is this a rye?
No, it's a bourbon.
It is a bourbon?
Did you not read the label?
No, I didn't read the label. I got the dark glasses on. I can't see shit. I'm tired of looking at your ugly mug. So put the glasses on tonight. It got some earthy tone to it, a little bit of spice. That's why I thought it might have been a rye because of the earth flavor in it.
A little peppery.
The proof picks it up. And it's barrel proof, so I mean that helps it. But it's definitely just got a lot of character. I mean, but you're going to get that when it's a single barrel.
Well, I'm picking up a very distinct flavor on the front, and I was wanting to see if anyone else got it before I said it.
Go ahead and say it.
Oh, geez, monkeypox.
Way to mess a podcast up with your allergies.
Caramel corn.
Freaking Darth Vader.
Never had caramel corn, so I have no idea.
You've never had caramel popcorn?
Caramel popcorn?
Yeah. Wait, who's never had caramel popcorn?
I thought you said caramel corn.
Yeah, caramel popcorn.
You didn't say popcorn.
Caramel popcorn.
How have you never had caramel corn? You never had
I know what caramel popcorn is. I was just thinking, what the hell's caramel corn?
You never had the little caramel corn candies?
The little candies from Halloween.
I bet your ass never had a little heart, too. Valentine's heart.
No. That's why I'm still fucking single.
Yeah, it was like little boxes.
All right?
Little Cracker Jack boxes?
Yeah. Caramel corn.
Oh, the tattoos in the boxes?
Yeah.
Cracker Jacks.
Cracker Jacks.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can take that.
What'd you call me? Cracker
Jack. my son's over there like, will you please hurry this up? You guys are all retarded. That's basically what he's looking at us like. So,
but yeah, there's a Cracker Jack sweetness up front, and then that spiciness on the finish.
Yeah.
That's a really good pour. It's good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, very enjoyable. I tell you what, for $80,
good pick.
I'm not upset at all that I picked this up. I regret not grabbing a couple more. So maybe we send Jared.
Road trip.
Road trip. Dorns. You know where it's at, brother. Grab us 3 more bottles. And we'll rock that out. So, I mean, hey, listen, we can't complain. We had some pretty good whiskey. I mean, Wild Turkey's not bad. But it's not bad. It didn't win gold.
No, but for
it didn't win gold.
But for much less, you can get Michter's barrel strength rye and Old Forester's barrel strength rye, which to me are some of the best ryes, but also best Kentucky ryes on the market. Yeah. So no, I'd pay. You can get 2 bottles for the price of that. So.
But I think because I got walked in on rye. And
be careful with that box. You keep pushing it closer and closer to the edge. And if I watch $330 just go down the drain,
I know it's not that great, but don't drop the box.
I will be sick.
I'm still gonna drink it.
I will need to hit another parlay tonight. Okay,
it's a thing of what
so
started you off.
We drank $120 of it, so it's not.
Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. I had 80 in my cup. You
only had 40, so
I'm still working on it. Cheers, bitch.
Hey, Dan,
I hate you guys.
Watch this, Dan.
Listen, hey, it pays to be a winner. It pays to be a winner, right?
It does pay.
Speaking of winners, we got to talk about the Olympics a little bit.
Sure. Oh, I thought we were talking about my parlays, but go ahead.
Yeah. So,
did you bet on the Olympics?
Dude,
Olympic soccer and the U.S. men's team screw me against Morocco.
There we go. So how bad was it to watch the U.S. men's team basically get bent over an entire field
by Morocco?
By Morocco.
Not that bad, because here's the thing. Look at what Morocco did during the Men's World Cup. They shocked a lot of people. A lot of people they shocked.
Yeah, but this isn't the same team. This isn't the national teams.
It's not the national, but a lot of national players do play, especially like the younger guys, and they'll bring them up. But Morocco is turning into a soccer powerhouse.
Well, I would expect that. They're a European club.
They're not European.
They're African European. I mean,
they're North Africa.
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to give you a geography lesson. Morocco would play in the African Cup.
Google this shit. But it has always been... Damn, I got a lot of text messages. I ain't reading them.
They would play in the African Cup, not in the Euros.
I understand that.
No, you don't. You just said they play for Europe.
I quit.
Good.
Your son's correcting
just
you
like
over
boxing.
there.
Listen, if I wanted Europe, when you're 18, you can give me Europe. You just sit over there and be play FIFA. Okay. So in any event, I just would have expected better than what are they? Was it 4?
I think it was 4-0.
4. Yeah. You got to score a goal, bro. You got to score a goal.
But it shows what Morocco's doing. They're going to be a threat in the future. I'm telling you, the next World Cup, watch out for Morocco.
So. Okay, we watch the Copa, we watch the Olympics when it comes to U.S. men's team. For you and I, who are huge football, soccer fans.
Yeah.
Now,
for the guy who said Morocco plays in Euro, but yeah,
it's a very European-esque city
in Africa.
Yes, yes. Just like they say.
I give up.
Buenos Aires is the Paris of South America, right?
It is.
I know it is. But you wouldn't say Argentina's in Europe.
Like Germany down there.
I want to do something, but I
can't. What is it? You talk about the Olympics, though, but hometown here, Bullits and Bourbon, Pittsburgh area, though. I mean, you got to give a shout out to Michael Grady and his rowing team, and Josh Matheny. Placed 7th in 200-meter breaststroke, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, he's Upper St. Clair kid.
Cheers to all of them.
Yeah, cheers, guys. You represented us well.
Go Panthers. Appreciate what y'all did.
Absolutely. What's really interesting about him is that he went to Summer's Best 2 weeks, which is where the kids go to camp, and he has all the camp records there. And they, it's neat to when you have that tie into an Olympian. I mean, when you go to the Olympics, you're an Olympian, right?
Absolutely.
For the rest of your life, you're an Olympian. Yeah. Now. We all can't be as badass as that dude from Turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
He looks like he just got done drinking a coffee, smoking a cigarette. Oh, shit, I forgot I got this thing to do.
Yeah. By the way, I'm competing.
My man walks up from Turkey with his hand in his pocket, pulls out his pistol. No side A's. Now, listen, I'm a gun guy, okay? Bullets, right? And I love shooting. When you shoot on the Olympic level, it's a different level. These are guys that are they do this for hours and hours every day. I don't have the patience and I don't want clean guns. And this dude just pulls out his fucking gat like he's freaking like Wyatt Earp. It's like, bop, bop, bop. And then he turns around and he goes, where's the smoking area?
Heck yeah.
Dude, that's stone fucking cold, dude. When you do that, you become a national hero. That dude straight up went off and smoked a cigarette and then talked shit about his ex-wife on camera when he won silver. That is ballers. You are a god. God bless you. Like, that's every man's dream. Millennials are out there with eye patches and magnifications and cool uniforms and stances. And this dude's out there just like, what's up, bro? What's
Hand in pocket.
What's up, man? I got shit to do.
He's like a '90s Marine that got drunk all night long.
Didn't Guatemala get like the first gold ever for their? Was it Guatemala first gold ever for their country?
I don't know.
Just recently?
Yeah, maybe. Shit, I don't know. I'm more worried about the dude that's shooting like he's mad at the world.
He kind of reminded me of the guy from Fallen, where he's like, fuck this, like I don't give a shit no more.
Yeah. But
I got other shit to do.
Just the way that they caught him on the camera. It's just his hand in his pocket.
The casualness, like
he's like
Doc Holliday or
Joe.
What's up?
Like it's just another day at the range. Yeah. Like it's not the Olympics. It's just like
if I hit this one, it's beer's on you. And then he walks up to the podium and like everybody else on the podium, they're all moved. They're like, oh, and he's up there like, fuck, man, I need a cigarette, man. Dude, I need a beer.
Living legend.
Remind you about.
I need a Tuborg fucking.
Remind you of Tombstone, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah. So listen. There's something. I was stationed in Turkey. I love that story. The dude's old. He's our age.
He's in his 50s.
He's in his 50s. I'm not in my 50s, but he's near.
Yeah, he's like 51.
Yeah, I think 51, 52, yeah.
And did I think his interview,
Dude,
he's
counting the rings on you, you're 60.
I hate you, man. We are never doing a podcast again.
So it's so funny. If you count the rings, you don't know if there's that dry spell, the rings are a little bit further apart. You know he ain't missing Mill, so they're all there
Like the elevation.
We got jokes too.
These are the rings that are
about to pause this episode on your ass.
He wants to say this will be the last podcast Dan and I are with him again.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that. If you count the rings on you. I like that.
I just came up with that one.
He's so proud of himself. God, what is there?
I feel like I just won a gold medal.
That's the first time the Army's ever done anything. Anyway, we'd be remiss if we didn't give a huge shout out to our American female gymnasts, right?
Oh, God.
Because they freaking crushed it.
Yeah, they've all been killing it.
Yeah. I mean, Simone Biles is an absolute straight gangster. Just, she's fucking awesome.
Did you see the picture of her next to Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I think she's like, what, 4'8" or 4'10"?
Remember when we had your cousin on, Dan?
Yeah.
And I never, because the TV is really deceptive, you know? I mean, we even look like when we're on the camera here, and we're like, ugh, fuck.
I look huge. I look buff.
The camera has a few rings, you know?
I don't have to see you on the camera. I look at you now and say, oh, fuck.
And then you look at Craig, you got this little pinhead on camera. all you see is headphones.
Fucking Men in Black right here.
You know,
Like, can I get a small hat?
if I was ever going to jump off a bridge, you'd be the last people I'd call.
I'd be the first one trying to get your whiskey, though. So, yeah, Shaq next to her. Now, what I think is really freaking cool about this Olympics, right, is that Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav are like the two most moral people. I mean, who would have thought?
I love it though. I love that Snoop is like the American mascot.
Wait, did you see Snoop Dogg's Olympic pin they made for him?
Oh, he's like smoking some ring.
So there's smoke rings. He's smoking, and the smoke rings are the Olympic rings. Yes. It's absolutely like hands down the best thing I've ever seen.
I saw someone say that they made the torch look like a joint just because they knew he was carrying it.
Out of nowhere, Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav have become national icons, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, who would have thought?
I think Snoop was already national icon.
I would have never thought that he would be at the Olympics doing what he's doing.
Back in the 1990s.
And loving it. Like, he's genuinely into this.
Oh, yeah.
He is
absolutely.
Like, I mean, it's really cool because we're as a society, we operate off perceptions. And we do this, and I talked about this last episode. We just kind of this is how this guy is. You don't know people. You don't know people.
Especially celebrities and people in the
My
limelight.
perception, Snoop would be a great time to hang out with. He likes to smoke his shit.
Yeah.
But I think Snoop would be hilarious to hang out with, though. I think he'd be a great dude.
Ham and Flavor Flav.
God.
Snoop, absolutely. If you ever see this podcast, we would love to have you on.
No shit. Like, I will pair. We will pair a perfect whiskey to your strain. We'll match that shit.
Between your collection and my collection,
we are good to go. We will find something that's
get some nice.
You know?
Well, here's the thing. I know you're not a big LeBron James fan. Yep. But I got to give LeBron James some credit. He was at the women's volleyball tournament, the downpour. And he stayed for the whole thing to cheer them on. That I give him a lot of respect.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it was raining, I'd be like, fuck this shit. I'm trying to get
that was cool. Now, how much of that is a responsibility of being the flag bearer? I don't know. But I will say that seeing him do that does speak volumes, and I will give credit where credit is due.
Ambassador LeFave.
The
delegation approves.
So where are we at in medal counts? We're leading the medal overall count. We're 3 behind China, right?
I think we were 4th for gold medals.
What the hell was that?
But
I have no idea.
No,
I think we're 4th.
Last I saw was. I think we had 9
for gold medals. I think, but we are 1st for medals overall.
I made a noise.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we have the 4th most gold medals, but
we have
4th most gold medals. But we are
second.
we have the most.
You do have a phone.
I do have a phone. I'm just saying.
We had like total count, but not gold.
I bet.
I think China had the
China had
they
the
do.
gold.
The top
We have the
count.
4th most gold medals. We have the most medals.
We
I
also
believe.
like the most like Olympics.
You want to bet a?
Oh yeah, that boat was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packed like the Titanic.
That sounded like he was coming straight out of Haiti. Boom!
What do we have? So.
Let's see.
4th most gold medals.
Will you
most
give me a
medals?
second there, Care Bear? Jesus.
We have 43 total medals.
Here we go. Ty got it. Go ahead. Break it down.
Medal tracker.
We got 43 total medals.
Boom.
China has 13 gold medals. We have 9 gold
So
medals.
who has the
Okay, we
we
still
are
have
what
9
4th
then.
for gold medals?
4th total.
And who has the most medals?
We have the most medals total. 43.
We have 4th most gold, 1st on silver, 1st on bronze, and we are now entering into the week of competition where our dominant events are.
Oh, like track and field.
Track and fields?
Why did you take it away from all the people in the events this week then?
No, I'm just saying.
I
that
mean, like
we
Ambassador LeFave's ambassadorship.
gymnastics dominated.
You ever watch Top Gun Crash and Burn Mad? Jesus.
I'm just saying that we're entering into the arena where it's like our track and field gets out there.
The medals just
It's dusty. It's dusty.
Haven't we
after that.
been in track and field this past?
Not
Well, they've been in the
not on the whole
semifinals,
event.
right?
No.
Semifinals.
But team sports are coming because they do the pool rounds and stuff, and then they got to go to the quarterfinals, stuff like that. So we're going to see that medal count go up. I don't recall.
With soccer.
Well, yeah.
A little golf.
Golf is what it is. But no, I mean, overall, so far, I mean, we keep it on the Olympics right now because that's the hot spot, and that's something. To be honest with you, we don't talk politics on the podcast. We made that purposely.
Ambassador LeFave takes a neutral stance.
I'm going to put my fingerprints all over you. But Olympics have been a nice distraction with everything else going on in the world.
absolutely. It always is. Yeah.
It's just cool to see these side stories come out of the Olympics. I can't get past the turkey dude. Man, I hope he sees this podcast. What's his name? Fuck it. Who cares? We'll figure it out. But I would love to have that dude on because I mean that's a cool dude. In my book. I mean that would be fun. But yeah, I mean the Olympics are something that we can all gravitate to. We all have in common throughout the world. So I mean, why not celebrate it when you celebrate it?
It's one of those times where there's always a mutual respect amongst the countries, though. For the competitors,
that's what I love about the competitors. You see them congratulating each other from different countries. There's language barriers.
You
but
forget,
they're competing on the same level.
But they just know. You forget about all the rest of the world and what's going on.
All the other politics and everything. It's about that competition.
All taking photos together.
I mean, you go back to World War II with Jesse Owens and Lutz Long from Germany.
Yeah,
a relationship you would never expect. Back during World War II. I mean, relationships are built and fostered during the Olympics.
Yeah. No, you bring a good point. So, as we close this out, cheers to all of the Olympic athletes, not just from the U.S.
Cheers.
And once you get a bourbon drinking team, we got you.
Gold medal.
Gold medal. Me up.
We'll wait for Jim to re-pour the private cask here.
I need some more chicken cocktail.
But cheers to all the Olympians. Here's to you, and here's to another week of great Olympics. The best.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Hope the best come to our U.S. teams, kick-ass guys. And as always, this episode went long, but we generally had a great time, and we can't wait for you guys to tune into the next episode. Here's to you. Stay thirsty, our friends. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullits and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.